Hey everyone, I'm Eddie Rodriguez. Thanks for watching my video. Today I want to be taking a look at Splendor. Splendor is a game for 2 to 4 players. In this game, the players are playing the roles of gem merchants that are going to be investing in mines and ships and doing trading, and basically they're going to be trying to build up their wealth to gain victory points in this game, and basically the first player to have 15 points wins the game. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how to play real quick, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Let's just jump right in. Okay, so here we have Splendor. Let's learn how to play this game. First, I'm going to tell you what we're looking at here. Well, first, over here on the end, you can see there's a bunch of tokens. These tokens are you're going to be acquiring throughout the game to purchase things. And there's a number of different ones, and then there's these yellow ones which are gold tokens, and we'll get into what those do. In the middle here this is the main focus of the game. These are the development cards that you're going to be acquiring, and in acquiring these are going to let you acquire other cards. And you're going to see they're in 3 different roles because there's 3 different levels of development cards. There's level 1 development cards, level 2, and level 3. And then there are these noble tiles that you're going to be trying to acquire as well. Now the goal of the game is to have, or be the first player to reach 15 points or more. When you look, we look at one of these cards up close, you're going to see some of them have a number in the upper left hand corner, and that's the victory points that you will acquire when you get this card. Same thing with the noble tiles. If you look, they have a number of victory points also. So it's a very simple game. On your turn, there's a number of things you can do. You can choose to, now you have many different options, but you can only do essentially one action on your turn. So one of the actions that you can do is you can acquire 3 gems of 3 different colors. So for instance, I can say I want a blue gem, a white gem, and this black gem, and they have different names. I forget what they are. And when you acquire a gem, you're just going to put it in front of you, and that's it for your turn. Another action you can do is you can take 2 tokens of one color. So for instance, I can say I'm going to take 2 of these black tokens. However, you can only do that if there's at least 4 tokens in the pile. Now the number of tokens is going to change depending on how many players are playing. So why do you want these tokens? If we look at a card closely, and take a look at this one here, you're going to see on the left hand side there's these colored circles with numbers in them. You have to have those gems of those colors in those quantities to acquire a card. So for instance, this card here will cost 1 white gem, 2 green, and 2 red. So as your action for the turn, if you have the appropriate amount of gems, you can purchase this card. When you purchase a card, you just simply take it from the lineup and put it face up in front of you and showing it to the other player. Now the reason you want to acquire these, like for instance, this one has no points, so why do you want to acquire it? It has a gem value here. As we can see, this has a blue gem there. That means that if you have acquired this and it's in front of you, it counts as 1 blue gem on your turn. Or you could look at it as saying that now things cost 1 less blue gem for you. So for instance, if I have 2 of these, I would stack them up like this, and that just counts as if I have 2 gems already in my supply. So as you can see, as you buy these cards, they'll give you more buying power, and you'll be able to purchase cards that cost more. And if you take a look, you can see that as the levels of the cards go up, so there's a level 2 card, the costs are a little bit higher. So what you're going to be doing is acquiring these cards in front of you to acquire more cards. Well, why do you want to do that? If you look on the noble tiles, they also have numbers over here in colors, but they're squares, and that means you have to have development cards of these amounts. So for instance, to acquire this noble here, we need to have 4 cards of that contain black gems and 4 cards that contain the white gems. And once you fulfill that requirement, you will simply take this tile and put it in front of you. No other player can take it, and there's only a number of tiles up here equal to the number of players plus 1, and they don't get replenished. Now the game comes with a whole lot of different tiles, so you're not going to see the same ones every game, so it's going to be a little bit different each time. Another action you can do on your turn you can choose to reserve a card. Let's say there's a card that you really want, but you can't afford it yet, and you're afraid another player is gonna take it before you're able to acquire it. You can reserve a card. When you want to do that, you simply announce that you're reserving a card. You'll take the card, and it'll go into your hand. You will also take a yellow token. A yellow token counts, well, it's gold, and it's sort of a wild token. It counts as any color that you wish. And you just put it in front of you, but the card that you reserve stays in your hand. As long as it's in your hand, only you can purchase it. And that's yet another action you can do on your turn, is purchase a card that you have in your hand. Anytime a card is removed from the lineup, a new card will be drawn to replace it. So you're gonna go on buying cards, reserving cards, and you're looking at, you know, gaining these nobles. And once a player gets to 15 points or more, the game's gonna continue until every single player has had this equal amount of turns, and the game's gonna end. Alright, so what do I think? I like Splendor. I think it's a very good game. It's pretty simple, but I think there's definitely a lot of strategy in this. I certainly have not really figured this game out. I pretty much lose every time, and yet I do have a lot of fun playing it. I do pull this game out a lot when I have newer players and I want to sort of introduce them into modern gaming. This is one of the games that I pull out because the rules are very simple. It's very easy to explain. I think people get it, and I think people really like the ability to, you know, you buy cards, which lets you buy more cards, and you sort of have this little engine that you build, and it, you know, you get to do more and more. And I think that's empowering, and it's a lot of fun for people. You know, so I don't really have much gripes with the game. If you're looking for a real deep strategy game, for some of the more experienced players, this is definitely not like gonna be a brain burner for you. But I don't really play a lot of the too heavy games, but you know, I do like this one a lot, and I play often. The only real gripe I have this game actually has nothing to do with the game itself. It has to do with the box. This box is way too big for the game. Now let me show you the insert for the game. So this is the insert for the game. You can look at that, and you see how everything fits really nicely, and there's a spot for everything. And I was very impressed with that when I first saw the game. Here's the problem. So I'm gonna take the game, put the rule book in it, and we're gonna close it up. And then I'm gonna throw it in my bag, and then we're gonna go travel, and I'm gonna be moving around. It's gonna be, you know, moving around, and guess what happens? We'll open it up. That happens every single time that I travel with this game. It's too big. There's no reason for any of this. All this, look, this is the insert. Doesn't need all of this. I'm basically going to take all of this, I'm going to condense it into a much smaller box and make it more portable. It's obviously a marketing decision to make it look like a much bigger game than it really is, and I don't think it needs to do that because it's a fun game. It's got great art on it. Every time I put this game on the table, it looks fantastic. People love it, and even if they're not playing, they walk by, they want to jump in it because it's a beautiful looking game. And I think this game, you know, can play right on the strength of its looks and does not have to resort to cheap marketing tricks of making bigger boxes. So that's the only gripe I have with it. Otherwise, I really like the game. I think it's really good. I do recommend it. So down in the links, I'll have a link to the game so you can you know, purchase it if you want. And if you found this video helpful, you know, please like and share it, and I'll love you to the end of time. Until next time, thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day.